Well, I hadn't vlogged all day today, and let me explain why. Last night, when I ended the vlog, if you watched it, you'll know that I was developing a toothache. Well, over the course of the evening, tossing and turning without sleep because I was in pain, I was developing an abscess. Now, I don't know what causes an abscess. Maybe there was something stuck in my gum, in between my gum and my cheek, or my gum and my tooth, or I don't know. But it was very painful, and it was like a little ball, a little knot developing on the gum there, and it was extra painful, like radiating heat on this side of my face. So of course I get on YouTube and I look up home remedies. Now, I like the idea of home remedies. I think that they're fantastic, especially when they work. But I'm very skeptical because I've tried a lot of home remedies for different things throughout my life. And, it seems like very few are legit. Or that I've tested anyways. You know what I mean? But I found this. I wouldn't say it's a remedy, but it's like a whatever it is. It's called oil pulling. And what you do is you get, they say the best two oils to use are either sesame seed oil or virgin coconut oil. And I happen to have some virgin coconut oil. And what you do is you take like I guess like a tablespoon or so when it's thick, because coconut oil when it's cool, it's white like lard, like Crisco lard. You take a big scoop with the spoon, put it in your mouth, you chew it up till it dissolves. You don't swallow it. You just once it dissolves into like a pure liquid, then you just swish it around like you would do your mouthwash. They said the best way to do it is to do it for 20 minutes, but you can do it between 10 and 20 minutes, right? So 15 minutes probably be fine, but I was gonna go for the full 20. I mean, I was aching. It was painful even first starting to swish it around, on this side especially. It was like, ugh, but I did it. And let me tell you, what it does is the oil, it attacks all the bacteria in your mouth, all the little stuff that's in between your teeth and your gums, on your tongue, under your tongue, anything in your gums. And I didn't really research it that far yet, because like I said, I was just in pain with a headache in my right eye, and the whole works, right? Well, a few minutes into it, it gets easier to do. It's not as painful swishing it around, you know what I mean? And I'm now looking at the clock. I said, okay, I'll go 20 minutes from now. So by the time I'm finished, I don't have any pain in my mouth as far as this abscess over here. The pain wasn't there. The radiating heat that it was causing was no longer there. And when I felt it with my tongue, I could feel a little knot, right? Well, when I get done, it says to spit it out. You don't spit it in the sink because it's oil. Of course, you don't put cooking oil and that type of thing down your sink. So I spit it into the trash can. And then you rinse with lukewarm salt water really well for like a minute, just to get it all out of your mouth. And then you brush your teeth as normal, and your tongue, and how your normal way of doing that. Well, I did it all. And I didn't want to even touch that thing with my tongue because it was so sore. And right then I wasn't feeling any pain, so I didn't want to touch it and then it click on and start hurting, right? So I didn't even bother with it. After I brushed my teeth, I was real gentle on that side. I came outside, and I was going to start working on some painting, going to start the vlog. But I was like, you know what? It's feeling too good right now. I'm going to get some sleep. So I crashed out because I hadn't slept all night, remember? So I went and I fell asleep. And I guess I was asleep for maybe an hour or so, and I woke up to take a wee-wee, ladies. And just out of habit, I felt it with my mouth, with my tongue, and it was gone. The knot was no longer there. Like, there was no swelling whatsoever at all, nothing. And I hadn't taken any kind of Tylenol, I hadn't taken any nothing. I hadn't taken anything, not anything. I was just drinking water and chewing it on that side. What? I was amazed. Let me tell you, I was so amazed that I wasn't even sleepy anymore. So I came outside out here to the studio, and I got on my computer and I started looking it up. Now, I guess there's proven studies that show that oil pulling is very beneficial. And looking at it in pictures and all this and that, and they say that it can actually heal cavities. Now we'll see, because I know I have cavities, but after a certain amount of time with doing this same 20-minute wash every day and doing that and eating properly, I'm sure it has a lot to do with it. You know, you're not going to do this and then go out and eat a bunch of Laffy Taffies and shit, you know what I mean? So people are healing their own cavities and strengthening their gums. But I had to share this with you guys. Now, I'm going to continue to do more research on it and stuff. But let me tell you, if you have any kind of a tooth issue or gum issue, like if you have receding gums, you know, where your tooth line is and your gums are kind of slacking down, like it happens to a lot of people right here on their bottom teeth, sometimes on the top a little bit, where it shows the root of the tooth a little bit. And that can only get worse and worse. You know, it doesn't heal by itself. Hey, Brownie. And so, looking at the photos and reading the articles and stuff, it helps with that too. And people's gums are being restored back to normal and looking great, and people's mouths are looking great. So, I've just decided to do this every day. I decided that's it. I can take 20 minutes out of my day in the morning, first thing when I wake up, as I'm still waking up, which is perfect. Take a slug of coconut oil, swish it around for 20 minutes, and then rinse my mouth out and brush my teeth and do that whole procedure. I can do this. I can commit to that. I think I can do this. And having coconut oil, virgin coconut oil around, it's good, man. I mean, I'm amazed that it worked the way it did, for one. Secondly, I'm amazed I had coconut oil here. I just happened to buy it because I was giving it to the dogs. With their food and stuff. It's supposed to be beneficial to them for their health as well. So coconut oil, man, let me tell you guys, try this oil pulling. If you have any kind of an issue with your mouth or you just want to test it out, it's also an amazing, excuse me, let me pick my nose. I have a hair from brown skin up my nose. Yeah. Come on, Betty, let me talk. Now, it's also an amazing whitener for your teeth. It heals your gums, it takes away your cavities, heals your cavities, it strengthens your this and that, it heals bad breath, because, you know, it's all bacteria. I'm telling you, look it up, oil pulling, and you're gonna be amazed. Now, I only had coconut oil, and I've only done it once today. I'm not sure, I didn't read enough into it. As I'm thinking about it more and more, I have more and more questions that I'm gonna go back and look up. For example, like, should I do this more than once a day? You know, maybe do it in the morning when you wake up and then before you go to sleep. Because it also says that it helps you think clearly, it clears your skin, it helps sinus infections, it helps, man, I'm telling you, there's endless, I mean, it's amazing, you know? I mean, look it up, please. Do me this favor, oil pulling. You're gonna love it. If you try it, you're gonna love it. It's kind of gross at first, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I mean, think about it, it's not really gross. It's oil and it's coconut, and you don't drink it. You definitely don't want to drink it, because by the time you're done with it, swishing it all around, after 20 minutes, that oil is full of all that bacteria and all that toxic stuff that was in your mouth, you know? So you definitely don't want to swallow it at all, and do not spit it down your sink, because that'll just clog your sink up eventually, and you don't want to deal with that. Look it up, come up with your own procedure, your own plan, and try it. It'll whiten your teeth if nothing else. And if it doesn't even do that, hey, what'd you lose? $6, $7 for buying some coconut oil? Has to be virgin coconut oil. I'm telling you guys, look this up before you do it, so that you don't, believe me, you don't get the wrong thing. There's several different types of coconut oil. Maybe you don't want to try coconut because you're allergic to it. There's sesame seed oil. If you're allergic to sesame seed oil, you can do codfish oil. I mean, look it up. There's a bunch of stuff. I think that swishing fish oil in my mouth, though, is kind of, I like sardines, but not that much. I don't drink the juice in the can afterwards. You would though. Mm-hmm. So, alright guys, I'm going to end it right there because I didn't do anything today, no painting. I just basically sat on the computer and kind of dozed off here and there. I did go back to sleep again, you know, but only a couple hours at a time. So, that was my whole day, and I just had to share this with you guys. Oil pulling. I'm going to actually do it tomorrow morning, and I'm going to record it all. So, check it out, you know, and you'll see how simple the procedure is. I'll go through it step by step, and we'll do it together if you like, guys. It's going to be real fun. So go get yourself some virgin coconut oil or sesame seed oil. Look it up online. Check it out. You know, if you're skeptical, look up everything about it. There were studies, like university studies, done on oil pulling and its benefits and all that. So check it out. That's it. I'm Max Dean. That's Jackson Brown, or Brownie, or Brown Butt, or Brown Skin, as I call him. He has all kinds of aliases. You don't know this guy. He's a hustler. I'll talk at you later. Quit licking my tongue. Blah.